Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and today we've got quite a few things to go through. We had the non-fungible Tokyo event, so I've uploaded both parts of the talk, so the group panel discussion, as well as the individual demo that Dan gave, which also included a few pretty cool, interesting bits of information, a few breadcrumbs. So I just wanted to touch on that. I did also want to just give an update with regards to the competition going on for Ghostbusters and the app update as well that we had recently, and also the price analysis of OMI. So we have the current Ghostbusters competition going on, and the man himself, David Yu, we finally got a retweet from him. So he retweeted our competition entry, which was this one here, and yeah, this is just my entry. Like the backstory is essentially I didn't have a Ghostbusters collectible, but Rafhawk lent me his one. But in the end, I just ended up doing a bit of fan art, and this seems to have started to uh, go slightly viral. We've got 292 likes on it, 32 retweets now. So at the start I did it for fun, but now I'm hoping I do actually get the Slimer. And we've also got the diamond hand gloves as well. So yeah, please do give it a like, share if you guys come across this. And on top of that, we did also get an update from VeVe. So the app was taken offline for a few hours, and that was because, for those who aren't aware, they were updating the render pipeline for the NFTs. So now, when you display it, there's a couple of differences. First, it does look smoother now. The Ultraman portraits, for example, when I place them in AR, they don't look as janky as they did before, where the edges look kind of like saw blades. And now, when you click on it, you get like this kind of blue aura around your NFT that shows you that it's selected, and you can move it around, you can scale it, you can turn it so much more easily now. Before, I was just clicking for ages and I just couldn't grab the NFT, but now it's so much smoother. So yeah, definitely a good update. Definitely a good update. Now moving on to the events. So we had the NFTokyo event. So the first part, I will link this in the description. I'll link this above. And this was the panel discussion. So we learned a couple of things. Firstly, we learned that the CEO of Quid didn't have a very good mic. It was quite difficult to kind of listen into the competition. But at the same time, they all kind of had very similar thoughts on NFT collectibles. But the main takeaways that Dan had were, firstly, NFT collectibles, when compared to real life collectibles, is real life collectibles, you're kind of limited to your circle of friends when you want to show them what it looks like, what it can do. Whereas NFT collectibles, pretty much the world is your audience. And on top of that, liquidity is huge, because if you're trading, selling physical collectibles, you have to pay for postage, packaging. You have to actually advertise it in markets that aren't very liquid. Obviously there are trading groups out there, but again, you've got everything rolled up into one. You've got a marketplace and VeVe. It's generally very, very easy to sell. You don't have to worry about physical postage costs, all of that stuff. You just put it up in a marketplace, sell it, and that's it. So liquidity is also pretty good on there. And on top of that, when it comes to mainstream adoption, this was a question that everyone was asked, is, VeVe has done really well in the fact that they're targeting all these brands and IP in order to get people to buy into VeVe whilst hiding the crypto side of it from them. So they don't even know they're buying crypto, which is what's going to be good for OMI holders, which is where the project is moving towards. So at the moment, we don't see the benefits of that, because most of the people on VeVe are crypto people. But Comic-Con is going to kind of give us our first sort of taste into what effect having the mainstream audience for these collectibles will have on the VeVe application. So the other update was, so Dan did a individual segment as well, and this was just a demo of the app, as well as some kind of updated statistics, some metrics. And one of the things that I spotted straight away was the Captain America. So I shared that on Twitter this morning, and yeah, we've had loads of different kind of breadcrumbs related to Marvel. We've had the trademark filings. We had the images within the app APK. We had the people they're following on Twitter, on Instagram, they're following Marvel as well. So I think there's a very, very strong chance that Marvel will be coming soon. But that being said, it's just such a weird thing. Like, if you remove this Captain America image, it would not detract from this visual at all. It's like it's just literally slapped there. Like, why the hell not just slap a Captain America on there? So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But they're not doing anything wrong by having the Captain America here. So firstly, they can use the 2D image, and what that means is, as long as they're not profiting from this, it's perfectly fine to use. But at the same time, hypothetically, if they have Marvel and they've already built the NFTs for Marvel, they wouldn't be allowed to use that anyway, because they need final sign off from the licensor in order to leak something. And with Monster Hunter, they must have had a sign off from Capcom already. David Yu confirmed in the AMA they were able to leak Slimer early because Sony had already signed it off. So I'm guessing they wouldn't be allowed to leak any kind of 3D Marvel images anyway, just because they haven't got sign off for it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And we did also get an update with regards to the various different brands and licenses. Now, there were a couple. Well, I knew most of these already. I've spoken about these on my channel previously. I spoke about Voltron in our AMA with Trevor. Kung Fu Panda. We knew about these DreamWorks ones already from the NFTokyo, the other NFT event that they had that Dan was at. But one that I did not know of was Knight Rider. And if you're fairly young, you wouldn't really know what this is. But if you're born in the 80s / early 90s like myself, you would have probably seen this on TV. And Knight Rider, it was the lead was David Hasselhoff back in the day, and he had this kind of robotic car called Kit, and he was essentially like a crime fighting robotic car person, but it was a pretty cool TV show, very nostalgic, and people from that generation, they'll definitely want this for the nostalgia factor. So I think with Knight Rider, they're definitely going to have Kit, the car, because the car just seems the obvious choice. We had the DeLorean already, we've seen Ecto 1, we've seen the Batmobile, so this would kind of be another interactive car, is my guess. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. Now, what I did also want to just touch on lastly is our daily price. So OMI has been continuing on that downtrend, just like we predicted yesterday. I don't see it going up anytime soon unless we get some sort of big news. So I see it continue to trade sideways and downwards. So again, nothing too exciting here. My advice is I am going to be dollar cost averaging continuously every few weeks. So next time I get OMI will probably be in 2 weeks from today. And yeah, 4-hourly chart just looks the same. We're pretty much just bouncing below this trend line here, but that is perfectly fine. I would say, the volume does kind of correlate to the price going downwards. We are seeing a volume decreasing. So what that implies to me is, most of the whales have sold right now. Is pretty much just, people who are, I don't know why, it just implies to me it's mostly retail investors that are just selling for some reason, for whatever reason they want to sell at this price. But I'm not going to question it. So yeah, I think moving forwards, this is kind of a good phase for myself to be accumulating. Again, you can do whatever you like, but I'm just being transparent, telling you guys what I'm doing. So I'm going to just continue dollar cost averaging during these lows, and hopefully build up a good position for when we do get all of the cool stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.